What's up, guys? So it's been about 2 weeks, man. I hadn't really posted any videos or anything, but dude, I've had the flu and it has kicked my butt. So I can't take it anymore, man. I got to get out of the house. I got to do something, man. But I can't really be wallowing around outside while it's really cold and nasty because I'm still got all this head congestion, and I could probably still get even sicker if I go outside. So I'm over here at my grandpa's where it's like 80 degrees in the garage because it's pretty cold outside. But yeah, I don't even feel like doing this, but I got to do something, man. I can't sit in the house any longer. But what I did get, I got this back from the transmission guy, and perfect. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try my best to get this put inside this, and then I've got this Taos transmission cross member. I'm gonna try to get it fitted up and get the holes drilled. I gotta run down and get a transmission mount for it. But yeah, I'd like to get this running, man. I've got just about everything here. And then also, I don't know if you guys seen, it's been several months since I've really messed with this, but Drew's got the seats done. So I just got them sitting in here. I don't have it bolted up yet, but I need to go ahead and remove this floor piece. But I got a few doodads for this thing. Try to get it up and running. I'll pull that plate out right there, and it's time to get back to work. But yeah, man, that flu it's no joke, guys. So I'm gonna get my tools out and try to see if I can wrestle this under here. I don't have very much energy or much power, man. But at least just get this done. Be one step closer. All right, the transmission is installed, bolted up. The Taos cross member is installed with the new anchor mount that they recommend. But yeah, that looks pretty darn good. Bolted in and all that stuff. I'm guessing next is the transfer case, and we'll test to see if the drive shafts fit. But yeah, it looks pretty darn good. Not too bad. They make a nice piece. But yeah, transmission's in. Trying to think of what else I gotta do. I gotta make a couple fuel lines to finish hooking up the gas tank. And then we'll have fuel, and then I gotta put a new coil on it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day. This is about what my butt. I'm tired now. But yeah, not too bad. Not too shabby. Oh yeah. All right, it's transfer case time. So now I got to get that cleaned off. Got a new gasket. So this is a different transfer case than the one that I've taken out. This is an MP208. It's a chain drive, and it's a lot more efficient. It is a true part-time transfer case. So we're gonna clean that up and get ready to put it in. All right. Well, I got the transfer case in and hooked up. I just gotta put the speedo cable on it. The drive shaft, the junkyard shaft works good. I gotta get the caps, and the caps are in my shed that I lost the key to. The front drive shaft fits, but I gotta get some 7/16 20 bolts. So that fits. So the only thing I'm missing is a transfer case shifter. But the next move will be find those keys and put the shafts in it for good, and then hook up that cable. And then we have to build a fuel line from right about the transfer case back here to the tank. And then I'm gonna slide here because this is how I'm doing it. And then we'll have to drop the tank back down because I've got some clearance issues for these tailpipes. So this one is kind of touching the tank, so I gotta fix that. But man, it's all coming together. All right, so the drive shaft for the Blazer, I couldn't find a U-joint. So what I did, I decided, well, since I'm gonna be driving it, I'll just come on over here and have these guys just pop some new U-joints in it and give me the right one I needed. So let's go grab it. All right, so we got it picked up. It's got brand new U-joints in it, which I kind of wanted to do anyways. I like greasable ones too, but the issue here is this is a crossover style U-joint, so it's got these bigger caps, but on that, sorry about the highlight, but these right here are smaller size for that 12-bolt yoke, so we'll get this home, see if it works. The drive shaft worked. I'm still kind of worried about this. I like that about halfway, about right there, like 2 inches out, but this is the drive shaft for this transfer case for this kind of truck, so we will see how it goes. But it fit just perfect. Now we're going to beat the crap out of these tailpipes and try to get the gas tank to fit. So this is what I'm doing. These peaks right here, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to have to smash those down because they're almost touching the gas tank. Got one over here too, so what I'm going to do is take that torch and I'm going to heat it up, try to beat it down with a hammer. And you would think when I took it to the muffler shop it would have been, but here's the thing, I didn't have a gas tank in it, so he did a good job for not having a fuel tank. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some modification to that, and then hopefully we can put this tank back in. I don't know if we can see or not, but I have the supply and return, all the lines ran. Got them labeled. Man, that light is just, you can't get anywhere with that light. There's the vapor return. I just have to do the vent, run down and get a new hose for that, but the gas tank's in. The wire that goes to the sending unit is broken, and then it's hanging down up there, so I've got to redo that. But so far, everything is hooked up under here. Before I had this running out of that little can up there. So now all I got to do is hook up the supply line down there, but I was thinking I needed to run down and get a fuel filter. And I was standing here zoned out thinking, and I was like, you know, I need a fuel filter just like that one. And then I got thinking, I'm like, I already got one. So I just have to unhook this and move it over. Well, actually, I don't even have to unhook this. I just need to hook that up and then it's done. So I've already got all this stuff done. So that saves me a trip to the store. So I've got the coil swapped, got all the fuel lines done. It's time to put some gas in this thing, but we got to go get a battery. So my trailer battery died on me, and now we're gonna have to wait. So let's just put the gas in it. So yeah, we just dumped 10 gallons of gas in it. I mean, I can't think of what else I need to kind of do right now. It's got the new seats in it, or seat. I gotta put the other one in, but I'm not ready yet. There's my boy Steve right there helping me out. But yeah, it's a bummer, man. So I gotta get a battery, and I'm hoping the coil fixed it. It's just, you don't think about how many little parts go into this. I'm trying to think, I got to get a vent hose for the rear differential too. So I got to get a piece of vacuum for the modulator. Got to put that vent hose in the rear axle. I still got to get the fluids for the axles. I got the transmission fluid for that. Holy moly. Yeah, so I just need a battery and a few hoses. And we'll see if this thing will make some noise. Like I said, it was running before I took it apart. So
I don't know, we'll see. But I'm gonna have to get a battery, so we'll come back and see if it'll work. I'm starting to think the K5 Blazers don't actually work. Like they're just there to sit, so we'll see. So it is like 15 degrees outside. It's cold, man. We got a nasty, nasty bunch of weather. So I decided the only thing I can do is come over here and play with this. But now I've got a problem. I've got everything put together. Transmission transfer case. I got to get some fluid to put in the rear axle, but I'm adding transmission fluid to it. Got a battery. And it's not firing. Well, I've changed the module in the bottom of the distributor. And if you go back past videos, this thing would run great and just die for no reason. And I put the meter on it and I let it sit and idle for like, I don't know, 20 minutes that one day. And the engine will die, but I still have all the voltage to the distributor. So I put the coil on it that I knew worked. Thing is just cranking nothing. Has nothing on it. So that is one of those $50 distributors that you get from Amazon. It's real cheap. And I think I'm going to discard that because a module's like 40 bucks. So I'm thinking I'm going to run down and buy an Excel complete ready to run distributor like what I had put in that blue and white 72, because I'm kind of at the end of the road with this one and I think it will run. So there is the fix to our problem. At least I think so. So we're going to go ahead and pull this thing off, try to get this thing timed and get it stuck back in there. All right, crank it over, see what it does. All right, so as you can tell, this thing busted off. The rear axle's brand new. So I've actually put some royal purple in it with the friction modifier. And then now we have to fill up the transfer case, which it takes automatic transmission fluid. It says 4.5 quarts. I'm 2 in, getting ready to put the third one, I'm sorry, in this bad boy. And then we'll start it up and start working on filling this transmission up. See if this will go in. Ah! Yeah. Lots of fluids to put in this thing. This thing's pretty much dry except for the engine. So, I'm pretty excited. I was getting to the point thinking K5s don't run. But this is restoring my faith. So let's get this stuff filled up. All right, so we got fluid and everything. Let's hit this key and see if it runs. Mind you, we're in about a 70-degree garage right now. Holy moly. Who would have thought that would run that smooth? Yes. Ah, finally something runs around here. Man, that's a good engine in this thing. we're gonna have to check the transmission fluid. But hot diggity dog, man, that's what we're talking about. Something that finally runs. One blazer down, one more to go. All we gotta do is bleed the brakes. I think my brake booster is leaking air, but it's all right. But yeah, this thing purrs like a kitten. Sounds good. Getting some heat in the transmission. I can feel it. Oops. Phone's spun around. Everything's off the ground too. Good motor. I'm happy with that. So, very, very happy. Let's try to get on out of here. And as things usually go, oh goodness, look out, Charlie. We got us a leak. You can see on the floor, it's leaking out of this front part of the drive shaft for the front four-wheel drive or whatever. I'm thinking about it. Probably that seal back there. But I've literally done nothing to this since I cleaned it up and took it off, so we'll be working on that tomorrow. So far I don't see any other leaks. Transmission's nice and warm, it's topped off. I'm not for sure if the transmission and transfer case share fluid, but I'm pretty sure they don't, but then they might. But yeah, I need to put a seal in the output and on the front right here, so I might see what I can find, tear that apart tomorrow. We got to bleed the brakes, got to fix some wires. The emergency brake cables aren't hooked up. We'll put that away. We still got some more work to do, but at least we know everything works. So, see y'all tomorrow. We're back, okay? I've already pulled the front output. What am I can think of when I'm not on the camera, but the front output yoke. Pulled it off, got the seal out. Went ahead and pulled the rear drive shaft back out, and I got the seal out of that, so I went to O'Reilly's, got both those seals. Let's stick them back under here. So here's the output yoke off of this. Now, you notice it's kind of got a groove in it. We're going to go ahead and ignore that and just put the seal in it, put it back together, because I want to drive this. Probably be a good idea to change that. Actually, it'd be a real good idea, but Not dealing with it today. Me and my grandpa already bled the brakes, and then you can see the rear shaft is on the ground. So we'll go ahead and get these seals installed and then try to fill this thing back up and see if the leak stops. But judging by that, I don't know. It may want to leak. May have to get a different yoke. So, oh, this thing's so close. I'm so happy. And then we got to hook up the gas gauge too. So, all right, we got the seals put in. Everything's filled up. I don't have fluid in the front axle yet, but it's not locked in. We're going to attempt to drive down the road. So I'm going to start this thing up, back it out, let it warm up, check some fluids. Fingers crossed this thing will go down the road. So 2 pumps. Uh-oh. Come on, baby. My grandpa said that I got brakes, so I haven't pushed the pedal yet, but I'll find out. Yeah, I need to put the power steering belt on it. All right, let's back out. First time in about 9 months under its own power. This is awesome. Should we go for a spin? I think we should. Got no floorboard, no seat, bunch of junk. Everything's fresh. Axles, transmission, transfer case. Everything needs to be retightened. It's going to need some miles on it before I get to that point. The brakes working good, man. I like that. So, not too shabby. I'm pretty happy with this. I like it. I'm super excited. It's running, it's shifting, it's working. Transfer case a little bit loud. Maybe it could, need a chain replacement and everything. But as of right now, it works. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'll take it back. I got to hook up the gas gauge, put the seat and the floor cover back on. and just go over everything and tighten it. I'm going to start driving it immediately. So the idea here is to go fishing, go on adventures. I got to change the power steering belt, but other than that, it's ready to go.